Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing the Taylor Swift book tag, hence the look. I've seen a lot of people do this and it looks really fun, and I'm actually going to do the tagging first because this is going to be a special video going out to my special friends, the ladies of apartment 4131, Katie, Catherine, Caitlin, and Jasmine. I lived with some of them last year in college and they've been requesting that I tag them in a video, so gals, I want you to do this, okay? I mean it. The first one is We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, and this is a book or series that you were pretty sure you were in love with, but then you wanted to break up with. And for this, I'm gonna have to go with Twilight because I really loved Twilight when it came out. I read it right before New Moon came out. At one point I had a list in the back of this of all the people I lent it to, and it was like 10 people because I was a really big Twilight evangelist. I'm a little bit ashamed of it now, but yeah, loved Twilight. I loved pretty much the whole series until the last book, which I thought was utter garbage. And now I just, not a big fan. The second is Red. Pick a book with red on the cover. And for this, I'm going to go with Me Before You by Jojo Moyes because I obviously can't talk about this book enough. And the cover is red with this beautiful typography. So yeah, excellent book. If you haven't read it already, you should read it. The third song is The Best Day, and this is pick a book that fills you with nostalgia. And I've seen a lot of people do this tag and talk about Harry Potter. I'm actually going to pick All American Girl by Meg Cabot. I read this book in middle school or possibly before that, and it's just sort of a fun book about a girl who I think she helps to save the president from a shooting, and then she kind of falls in love with the president's son. So yeah, it's along that vein. If I remember correctly, it was really fun. I'd like to reread it because it's been so many years since I've read this. But yeah, seeing this on my shelf always fills me with nostalgia. The next song is Love Story. Pick a book with forbidden love. And I was actually looking all over my shelves and I couldn't think of a single book that I own that has forbidden love in it. Maybe that's just not my thing. But I have read a book called Delirium where the whole plot is that love is a disease, so therefore any love that happens at all is forbidden. The next song is I Knew You Were Trouble, and you're supposed to pick a book with a bad character that you couldn't help but love. And for this, I'm going to pick Victor and Eli from Vicious by V.E. Schwab, which again, I don't own, but yeah, really all the characters in Vicious are bad characters, but pretty much all of them have some sort of thing that you can't help but love. And it's just a really great book with a lot of tension and a lot of moral ambiguity, and yeah, it's just awesome. The next song is Innocent, and it's pick a book that someone ruined the ending for. And thankfully, this hasn't happened to me very much, but it did sort of happen with, not Divergent, but the very last book, Allegiant. I think I kind of know what happens at the end of the whole trilogy, and it makes me not want to read the next two books because I've only read Divergent, and yeah, I don't know how to feel about the spoilers that I've heard. The next song is Everything Has Changed, and it's pick a book where a character has gone through extensive character development. And for this, I'm going to pick Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. The main character, or one of the main characters, is named Angel, and she just goes through such a huge transformation. And I don't want to give any more than that away, but she has basically a complete life turnaround. It's really well done, and I would definitely recommend this book if anyone is into the transformation story. The next song is You Belong With Me, and for this you're supposed to talk about your most anticipated book release. And I have two for this. There's a book coming out, I think actually next week, October 14th. It's an anthology called My True Love Gave to Me, and it has short stories that are sort of Christmassy and wintry themed, and they're by a ton of authors that I really love, like Stephanie Perkins and Rainbow Rowell and Gail Forman, and I'm just really excited for that. And the other one I want to talk about is a book called We Should Hang Out Sometime by Josh Sundquist. I've read his book Just Don't Fall, which is about his life, and he wrote a book called We Should Hang Out Sometime, and it's about his sort of funny and sort of sad romantic history, and it just sounds really good, and I love his writing and I love his YouTube videos, so I'm just really excited to read that. The next song is Forever and Always, and for that you're supposed to say your favorite book couple, and I'm gonna have to go with Anna and Etienne from Anna and the French Kiss, because this was one of the first young adult sort of romantic stories that I absolutely loved, and it's still one of my very favorites. It's just super well written, super realistic teenage dialogue, and yeah, I'm basically obsessed with it, and I think that Anna and Etienne are meant to be together, and I just have a lot of feelings about it. And the last song in the Taylor Swift book tag is Come Back, Be Here, which is actually a song that I don't think I've ever heard. For that, you're supposed to say a book that you don't like to lend out for fear of missing it too much, and I actually don't have an answer for this because I love lending out my books, and there are some that I do miss. I've read a lot of the books I have, and I just love to share them with people. So yeah, I don't really fear missing my books when I lend them out because I'm just too excited to share them with the people that I love. That is going to conclude the Taylor Swift book tag. And from me to you, I hope you have a wonderful day, and yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye!